friends, it's Kelly with Kelly Crafts It All. As I promised, I said I would show you guys how to make a box to fit the, it's a 4-in-1 album, and now I forget the name of the lady that did it, but I'll link the video down below of the album itself, and I'll show you. This is the box that I came up with. The one that we're going to make is a little bit different because this one doesn't want to open and close right, and I made it just a bit too short, but it's going to be to fit this album. So, I have mine over here. It's still plain, that I haven't even decorated yet. So, like I said, I left mine plain so that if I wanted to do it, you know, in a swap or make it for a friend or something, I could go ahead and do it. Like I said, you can make them up ahead of time and kind of stash them away, and then we'll decorate it. So we're going to work on the box today, though. Like I said, it's going to be a little bit taller because this was a little bit too snug. So let's get started. You're going to need we're going to need, to make the box part of it, you're going to need 2 pieces of cardstock that measures 7.5 by 9.5. This is 110-pound cardstock. And you also need a piece that measures 5 by 9.5, which will be your lid. And you'll need the lip to the box, which measures 1 by 9.5. Okay, so get out our scoreboard and our stylus, and we'll work on our box, because you're just going to make 2 identically the same. So we're going to set this on the 9.5 inch side, and we're going to score this at 1.5 and at 8. Then we're going to rotate this, and I get a hot glue string, to the 7.5 inch side, and we're going to score it at 1.5. And that's it for that. And then you're just going to repeat that on your other 7.5 by 9, or 9.5, 7.5 by 9.5. You're going to score it at 1.5, 8. Rotate it 1 time to measure on your 7.5 inch side, and measure at 1.5. So we've got our box. For our lid, which is measuring 5 by 9.5, you're going to place this on the 9.5 inch side. We're going to score at 1.5. We're going to score at 8. Okay, and then I'm going to rotate this. And we're going to score at, on the 5 inch side, we're going to score at 1/2 inch, 2 inches, and at 3.5. Okay, and then this one here, we'll just leave it till the end. But that is all the scoring. So for our box, just move that aside. For our box, you need to do a little cutting, and it's not that big of a deal. If you want to burnish on your score lines, you can, so that you could see. Something on my paper there. So on this one here, on this first one, we're just going to cut straight up to the score line. So you have that little square right here. You're just going to cut straight up that score line. And you're going to repeat the same thing on the other side. And then we're going to do almost the same on the other box part. But we're just going to cut those squares out. And then you have that little square. I'm just going to cut mine straight out. Alrighty. Okay, so now we have our box part that's going to go together like so. Our flaps will be inside, so we set those aside and we can work on our lid. And same thing, we're going to burnish everything down. If you need to use your bone folder, you can. Okay, so I'm going to get my pointy scissors. Now we're just going to, on each side, we're just going to cut up each one of those lines that we made up to that first score line. So I'm going to cut this here. And this 1/2 inch tab is going to be the back of your lid. Okay, so then on that back one, like I said, that 1/2 inch is your back. That little rectangle, you just cut it off. That's what I cut off. All right. Now this very front tab, you don't want to do anything with it. You want to get that out of your way so you don't cut it. Now these last two here, you can angle them if you need to. My father-in-law is in the kitchen. And I like to take the ends here and I take off, I don't know, you know, like a 1/16 of an inch, 1/8 of an inch. So that when you fold them up, it's not hanging down. Do the same thing here. Now it's just a matter of pretty much gluing it together and decorating. Okay, I had to go clean out my glue bottle. It was yucky. I had a big old glue glob in there that dried. Okay, so I'm going to glue the one that doesn't have any tabs on it. Just going to glue that nice long rectangle, and then I'm just going to, I like to just set mine inside of here. Just line it up, and I can lay it down and get in and burnish it down. Have anything lifting, go in there with your glue. If you're hanging over your score lines, you need to, if you need to, you know, trim it in at an angle, you can do that as well. You just want to make sure everything folds up nice. Okay, then for our lid, this is the lid part, and we're going to put this together. Well, I'm not going to put it together yet. I'm going to glue this onto the back. Now, you can glue it on the inside if you're going to decorate the inside. I glued mine on the inside and I didn't like it, so I said I'm going to change it when I do this and put it on the back. I'm going to put my glue on that 1/2 inch tab. I'm just going to lift this up, lining up my score marks, making sure that bends over and I'm not in that score line. And burnish it down. So you should have this. Now you can put this together if you're, if you maybe cut yours all out of designer series paper or something. That's up to you. I made mats for mine. So I'm doing 2 mats. It really strengthens the box up. You don't have to. If you want to just do 1 mat, you just cut them at this size and put them in there, or cut them at whatever size you're working on. But I just find it easier for us to, for it to decorate while it's flat. So what I have is, for my first set of mats, I've got 2 of these cut at 5 3/4 by 6 1/4. And that's going to go, if you tuck these in, to me it's just a little easier to see what you're doing. And so I'm just going to tuck these in, glue those right there, like that. Like I said, laying it flat makes it a little bit easier to. So I'm just gonna center this up on my so I'm gonna flip it over to the back. And then this one's going to go here. I'm just double checking and making sure mine's all sitting. I cut these a couple of days ago. I had plans on doing this tutorial a couple of days ago, but my husband decided he wanted me to make some Valentine decor that he took to, and he's taking to work to sell. So I said, okay. So I been working on that, and I'll show you guys those at the end here, what I've been working on. So we have that as the back, and back on to my front, on my front side, these 2 side panels, you're going to need there we are. Okay, these are the mats. These are 1 1/4 by 5 3/4, and you'll need 2 of those. And these are going to go right here on the front. You don't need any on the back because this is going to cover that up. So you just need 2 on the side. So we have that. Then on the lid, you'll need 3 pieces that measure 1 1/4 by 6 1/4. And these are going to go right into here. Like that. so I put mine on. And you'll also need two pieces for the ends that measure 1 1/4 by 1 1/4. And those are going to go on the front flaps right here. There's little squares. And then this one on the other side. Okay, so there is mine with my first layer of mats. Now, if you want to do a second layer, you're just going to, I'll give you the measurements. I'll go decorate mine and I'll come back. Because it's kind of silly for me to sit here and do it again when it's just going to go all in the same, you know, the same thing. These will be your 2 mats for the front and the back. These are 5 1/2 by 6. And all you're going to do is lay these inside here like this until you have an even, you know, border. And then that's how those are going to go. So you'll need 2 of these at 5 1/2 by 6. You will need 2 for your sides that are 1 by 5 1/2. And these are going to go right here. You'll need 2 little teeny weeny ones that are 1 inch by 1 inch. So 1 by 1 inch squared, and those are going to go into here. Like that. And then the lid, you'll need 3 of them that measure 1 by 6. And I'm sure y'all know where that I'm going with that. And those are going to go in here. And you'll have 3 of those. So I'm going to go put mine on, and I'll meet you back here. Okay, I'm coming to the part where I'm decorating my lid. And if you have directional paper on this back flap, because this lid's going to fold up like this, you'll, you know, want to put it, it'll look upside down if you got it upright. But I thought I'd come back and let y'all know that before you went gluing them down and went, hey, I forgot to glue that the right way. So, you know, however this is going, this one will go that way. And then when you turn it this way, the other 2 will go facing you. Okay, I'm going to go put these on and I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. I've got mine all decorated, and this is how it should look. Now, if you want to put something on the bottom one, you're more than welcome to, but I didn't. So now it's just a matter of folding and gluing, and we'll work on this lip. I didn't forget about it, but I'm just not ready for that part yet. So I'm going to take my back ones and fold these. Well, let's work on the lid first, it'll be easier. So you have that front, and that's going to go last when you glue. So these 2, you glue them however you want. Just remember you cut those corners and the ends off, so it's not going to, but these are not going to fit, you know, even, because we took the corners off, we took the ends off. So you just fold them up till they're square. So, see which way I want to go with mine. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. So I'm on my last lid flap. Sticking some glue on that one. And I'm just going to bring up that second one I'm just going to do it till this is square. I've got a little bit too much of glue. Let's just slide around. Then this front one, you want to take and square it up to the back. Now if you have any hanging on the bottom or out here on the edge or anything, take your scissors and you can trim that up. So I'm on that last flap for my lid. I'm just going to fold it down. I'm going to square that up. If you need to, you can use some clips maybe to hold it a little bit. And then I'm going to do this last one over here. And try not to use so much glue. And I'm going to square that one up. Put a little clip there and let it dry a minute. And then these are going to go to the inside. And these are going to go up like this. Let's see how I am. I think I'm dry enough. So these go in, these go in, and then this goes out. So it's gonna, these, you can glue these and set those in and then just fold it over. And then you're going to glue your edges. And yeah, it's flopping around a bit, and don't get excited. We're going to fix all that. So I'm going to glue my bottom tabs in. Oop. Try not to get glue all over. So I'm just going to fold them in, fold it up. And just square that up with my edge there. And you get your bone folder in there and squish it down. Make sure you're not in your crease with any of this. If you are, you might want to go in there and angle it a little more and trim it out. And now we're just going to, these are, you know, this is the back of the box. And there's tabs, flaps, whatever you want to call them. The sides of the box. And I'm just putting glue on there, that's all. And then this is just gonna just open it up a little bit and just do that. Get it to square up. Make sure your back, you know, is even with the back. And you can go in here and make sure it's even. I'll actually take my bone folder and burnish that down. Do the same here. Or if you have your ruler, there you can get down in the bottom there. And like that. Now the rest of it is up to you on how you want to decorate it. But we've got this box lip, the 1 by 9.5. Now what I do is I'm just going to take this, I'm going to lay this corner inside. Make sure your box is good and dry on the sides first, but I'm just going to, I know that's 1.5 inches, so I'm just going to put it in there a little bit and bend it. And just make a crease mark. Then I'm going to make sure I'm even And on that crease mark, we're going to burnish. So that should fit in here like this. And I'm just going to run it down along there and do the same thing. And now this might be a little bit long and you need to trim it off, and that's fine. But just make sure you're butted to the end. And I'm just pushing on that corner. I'm pushing in on this corner to hold it. And I'm pushing this corner here at the same time. And I'm trying to get it to crease. If you need to, you get a clip. It doesn't matter if it goes down inside, it's not a big deal. You can get a clip or two and do that. And then, you see, I know that's too long. A little bit too long, so I'm just going to trim off, you know, 1/8 of an inch. Don't go too hairy-carry or you'll be too short. Mine's too short, so. But it's okay. It's not going to hurt anything. You're not really going to be able to tell. But what you want to do is just glue it halfway down. Same thing. I'm taking that out of there, burnishing it down. And I'm going to lay it flat, and I'm going to run a bead of glue on the bottom to about halfway up. I don't have to go all the way up halfway, but pretty close. And this I'm going to take and tuck this back in here without getting glue all over. And it's much easier to do when you can move it around. Okay. So just make sure you're, you know, even. And leaving mine stick up probably about, I don't know, about a 1/4 of an inch. Like I said, mine's a little bit short, but it's not a big deal. And then if you want, you can even take and angle those off a little bit if you need to, so it'll, you know, won't catch when you're closing. So you can, where that is, I can just nip off a teeny tiny bit. I don't, you know, cut a whole bunch off. And that one I won't worry about. I'll nip the edge off and make it look like it matches. And then this now is going to fit inside here. Like so. And if it's not, you might need to push this up a little bit more. Mine's still wet, so it's not wanting to do right. But I'll let that dry and it'll be fine. Now, on this one, I just used a rosette and a Velcro dot. If you want to use magnets, you can, but you need to put them on before you put your decorative paper on. Like so. And then, like, I have some of these rosettes. I could use those. This. I could use that. Whatever you want to do. And then you'll see that this book now will fit a bit better. Because now it's just even with that. And this closes now. And that also helps your box to close a little bit better, is getting your box in there, or your book in there, and it, you know, tightens it up a bit. And your closure will help immensely as well. Trying to decide what I want to use. I think I like that one. So all I did is I got my hot glue or your wet glue, it doesn't really matter, and I just put it on part of it. I didn't put it on the whole thing. Run out of glue sticks. Make sure I'm upright. Well, only on camera. Just gonna center that onto my lid, and then do that. I have the big Velcro dots here somewhere. You can get the big ones at the Dollar Tree. I've seen them there. And like I said, decorating this is all up to you and what you want to do. And then it doesn't matter which one. I don't think whatever you want to put where. But I like the pointy, you know, the pokey part. I put it back here on the back of my rosette. And then I'll get this soft side, put it, match it back up with that. Remove that backing. I'm going to hold my fingers in here so it doesn't lay down and stick. If you want to put your book back in there too, that sometimes will help in having something to kind of push it against. And then I'm just, like I said, sticking my hands in here, making sure I've got that lip all tucked in where I want it. And then I'm going to give that a press. And then you go in there and really smush it down. And that is it. That is the 6x6 box to fit the 6x6 4-in-1 album. Like I said, I have a video where I made the album. So, you know, you can go watch that if you want to make the album. And then here's the box. And I had made a box just like it. When I had the leftover scraps, I had a 5x5 left over, and I had put it in that box. So, the flip top box is a Sam from Mixed Up Crafts. I think hers makes this size. I think. I can't remember. And I just had to, you know, I had to fiddle around and measure it to fit my box. So, that is that. The rosettes. These are the fancy ones. And I have a whole bunch of them over here. It has that little part that pushes down. And I'm going to do a tutorial on these because you don't have to have a cutting machine and you don't have to have a die. So it's another one of my, you know, no dies, no cutting machine type thing. So stay watch for that video if you want to learn to make that and use one on your box. You can. So you might want to wait and do your box and your rosette and everything. So it's up to you how you, like I said, however you want to decorate yours. If you want to put, you know, ribbons or bows or whatever. Alright guys, I am going to get out of here, and I'm going to do another video, and I'll do like a project share, because this video is already getting long. So I'm going to do a project share, and I will show you the Valentine decor that I've been making. And I'm going to show it to you, and then I'm going to, you know, see if y'all give me a little feedback of what you want to do here, because I can show you how to do it if you want to learn. If you don't, you don't have to. Alright guys, I'm out of here. Go make yourself a box, make yourself an album, and I will see you guys in the next one. Y'all take care, stay safe, make yourself happy today. Go make something, or go do something that makes you happy, and I'll see you in the next one. And remember, I love each and every one of you. Take care. Bye-bye.